like a spirited practice out there today. Does it just feel like everything is kind of falling into place right now, coming off two impressive wins and the way the guys are playing?
Yeah, in the moment, right? I think we're riding the wave a little bit. We're having some good vibe in the group, and getting some guys back here healthy, so fun.
To beat the two hottest teams in the league and beat them in their house, I mean, what does that do for your confidence in the guys, for their self-confidence? Huh?
I thought it was really good, especially the way we started the games. We're down in both games and able to rally and come back, and so that shows a lot of character of the group and the resilience of the group and keeping their composure even when we're down and keep playing. And we did a really good job of that. So obviously that's a big boost for our group.
Is that because there's great leadership on this team? Do you sense that when the guys are down, they can pull together because of your leaders?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're, like I said, they're calm and composed. But even the younger guys, there's no panic in their game, and some of them have been through big moments in World Juniors and whatnot, so they're used to it. So it's good to see.
And alongside this streak, two guys that have been real big standouts that have come down from Chicago, Pitlick and Reichel for you. What impact have they made on this roster right now?
Yeah, big, right? Obviously, the skill level and to be able to make plays when the game is on the line, they've both done that. So that's really encouraging for us as a group. And, we're happy to have them. And, their first choice is obviously to be in the NHL, and our job is to try to get them back and help them there. But in the moment that we're in, we'll use them.
Do you expect them to stay down here in Rockford the rest of the way through the regular season, or do you expect them to go back up to Chicago?
That's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Looks like you got some guys getting healthy too. I mean, do you expect to have some of these guys ready pretty soon?
Yeah, unless unforeseen happen here, we expect both Doc and Gust and Strand back here this week. And
describe the depth on this team. I mean, how deep is this group? How good do you feel about that?
Well, yeah, no, it's good. I think even the guys that haven't played a ton have come in games and played real well. You saw Sorella the last game, or Kindop or Nigel when they get opportunities, and Marcel's in the past. So the depth is really good. We've been trying to kind of keep everybody active as much as possible. Obviously now, this end of the year here, it gets a little bit tougher to get guys in the lineup, but I think they've done a really good job of filling holes and being ready to go.
Does it feel like the guys have kind of hit the gas a little bit here because we're entering the stretch here and every game becomes even more meaningful?
Yeah, no, for sure. They're aware of the situation, and we all want to get to the postseason, and that's our goal. And guys are aware of that, and we know it's our division is really tight from all the way up to all the way down, right? So it's every game's on the line here.
You mentioned the division. I believe you guys, at last check, have about a 12-point lead ahead of fifth place, that last divisional spot. But what would it mean for you to climb into that third spot or even that second place spot before the year ends?
No, I mean, again, I think you asked this last week too. We're looking up. We're trying to catch the teams above us, and we're just as long as we play our game, we feel like we have the ability to do that, and that's our kind of short-term goal here.
And it feels like you guys really have been playing your game, especially those past two, making those comebacks and just really cohesive hockey right now. What do you think is clicking so well for this group, not only looking at last week, but just throughout this 5-game win streak?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with our defending habits. We're defending better. Our habits are really good. We're not giving up a ton of odd mans, and in zone we've done a really good job defending in zone, but also defending the rush has been really good. So when you add those things and you do those things well, you're going to get opportunities to play offense, and I think that's where it starts.
I know back in, I want to say January or December, I can't remember if it was Comesso or Stauber was mentioning it, but just keeping that 3-goal limit to the defensive side of things, and then you're giving yourself a shot to stay in those games. What's it like to see that so consistently over this past month or so?
Oh, it's positive, right? Again, I think it ties into our defensive game, so that's really positive.
We have Nolan Allen coming in here in a minute. Just give us an update on his progress and the way he's playing of late here.
I think he's handling it real well. He's one of those young guys that have been through their first pro season here, and I think he's played pretty much every game, right? And if you look at his underlying numbers and the way the eye test, he's playing real well. He's taking steps in the areas we're asking him to take steps in his growth and his development, and that's a big, and you're always going to have your ups and downs a little bit, but I think he's handled the speed bumps throughout the season really well.